Hey Titans, this is Mickett. I'm going to do a recap of our latest win over Ghost Game, 92-37. Ghost Game, maybe because they never showed up in person. I have no idea, but it was a really good right out of the blocks, basically. Had a very good start. I'm going to recap it a little bit just to kind of give an overview of this. They really didn't do much attacks up high at all. They had really poor attacks down lower too. We did a great job. You see pretty much everything down here is 3-starred, a few 2-stars in there, but it really came down to the point where we didn't even need them anymore because we were so far ahead, and you'll see that as we start to look at how this lays out. We had good participation, pretty good. Our 3-stars is obviously what won it for us, 26 3-stars to their 3 3-stars. They had a lot of 2-stars in there. We basically were able to finish well or to finish it off well. I'm going to basically today, I'm going to recap a few things. I'm going to recap, I'm basically working with what I have because the maintenance went through last night and nixed a lot of the replays, so I only have a few things to be able to show, but fortunately I have a few good things to show, so I'm just going to analyze them a little bit and also at the end I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the new clan perks there are and how we look at that. And obviously there's a lot of things that I don't know about them yet because they just came out, but just speculating on some of the things and how they're going to lay out, and then also on the opt-in, opt-out. I'd like to cover that too. But first of all, let's take a look at the fact that obviously I only have so many replays that I'm working with. I'll do what I can on that. But we had very good participation at the top. One person there who didn't attack, and they're gone anyways. A few at the bottom that didn't attack. Hopefully they will this time. Taking a look at their team, they did not do well at all. Their top guy at least attacked once, but they and knew what they were doing, but they basically didn't attack. I think they pretty much gave up. It's a Brazil team that once they got started, they started and they had a couple of poor attacks early on. It was obvious they aren't going to win. I have a feeling that given the fact that they've won 37, at some point they had to win some of these things, but this isn't how they went about doing it, evidently. Okay, so just going to cover a few things. First of all, I'm going to cover Al's attack on Alexander. There's a 4-on-4. Notice how they have this now, the numbers there. That's kind of cool. That makes it a lot easier to be able to manage this and figure things out. So Al attacks Alexandra, or Alexander, and then I'm actually going to do the exact next one, Alexander attacking Kenny Boy, a 4 and a 15. Kenny Boy just went up to Town Hall 9, but going to cover a few things here. First of all, Al's attack. Now Al is one of our better attackers, certainly one of the best attackers with hogs, and taking a look at this base, just to cover a few things. One thing that hog attackers are afraid of double giant bombs. Those are the death of hog attackers. So where do you see in this base that there could be giant bombs? Well, you certainly see there could be giant bombs down in one of these spaces here, although that one that kind of is right in the middle there right now, I'm working without my whiteboard today because my computer has lagged a little bit, but that one is probably a Tesla. You look here, there is definitely a possible double giant bomb there. Not the best spot, but a pretty decent one. Most likely there's a Tesla there because people like to put Teslas next to the TH, to the town hall, because obviously if a P.E.K.K.A gets in there, you want to be able to take that down. As it turns out, there is a Tesla there. But you look, the point is there's not many spots there can be a double bomb. And so that is very encouraging to a hogger, because a hogger fears the giant double bombs next to each other that can kill all their hogs, even if they're maxed. So because this doesn't have it, it makes it a good hog base. So you're going to see Al is attacking on this, and he's going to do a good job of trying to walk these around. But let me just kind of jump to this first, his composition here. What does he have there? He has hogs, and in his CC, in his clan castle, he actually has more hogs there. He has 6 more in there. So it's an all hog attack. What does he have down there with witches and wizards? Those are to kill the CC troops and also to try and take care of any heroes that wander out there. This guy has put his heroes right here on the outside, makes it nice and easy. He has the queen right there. He has the king up here. Nice and easy to get to. If that queen was in the middle, it should be a lot more deadly to the hogs. But anyway, so he's going to bring the CC troops out, and he's going to draw these out. And you notice the CC clan castle is pretty buried in there, but you can get to it over here on the side or at the bottom, and that's what he chooses to do. So let me just run through this a little bit. It takes about 2 minutes and 40 seconds to get this whole thing. First, I'm gonna stop here for 1 second. Why does he choose to bring the hogs here? Why would he do that? He's sacrificing some hogs. Well, he could have just come over here and put some giants here, and that's definitely one way to do it, and that would draw out the CC troops. Well, what he wants to do is he's trying to clear himself a space. He basically is going to go after and take down this one archer tower, because after he takes down that archer tower, there's nothing that covers this corner, and that's where he wants his witches and his wizards to be, so that they can take on that queen shortly after that, because the queen will jump across that wall. So as these hogs go in there, they're going to take that out. He sacrifices them yet, but he's going to do a couple things at the same time. Anytime you can do a couple things at the same time with troops, it's pretty much a win sort of situation. You should do it. He's pretty brave taking on with that queen there, but she's not that high level queen, so he's going to get away with it, and he knows he can. So he sends in these hogs, and he's going to take out that archer tower right there, takes it down, and you notice he's gotten the CC lure as they jump in there. Now, because there's a dragon there, that makes it nice and easy. People really get excited about putting dragons in their clan castles. It doesn't excite me so much, because they are so easy to draw, and that's one of the biggest advantages you have, especially at Town Hall 9. But even at Town Hall 8, one of your biggest advantages is trying to make them waste a ton of resources, a ton of their limited space, precious space, on trying to draw out your clan castle. A dragon is very easy to take care of if you've brought the right troops. And if you have dragons, then it's just really not even that hard to deal with at all. But you'll see, if you get good with this, it's very easy to deal with. So I'm just going to keep going here. He's now going to bring this. Now, because he doesn't have the archer tower, it's not shooting his guy, it's bringing that out to the corner. He's going to have to keep doing that a little bit, working him back and forth, side by side, just to be able to get the dragon and that one wizard out there a little farther. I'm going to blow up on this a little bit more as he starts to put that out there. What Al likes to do is he likes to bring like 8 of these things, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one more in there. And he's going to take these down. They will take down the dragon really quickly. Now, one thing I'll let you see is that where are all those wizards pointed? They're pointed at the closest building, not at the dragon. One of the things that's difficult, which he had to deal with on this one, is to if you put things put troops, kill squad to kill those CC troops, and you put them near a lot of buildings, they'll always go at the building first until they start getting attacked, and then they start to face towards the CC troops. And if they take down the one that they were looking at until they get attacked by the other one, by the dragon in this case, they're going to keep taking down those buildings. And so it's kind of a waste while their CC troops are targeting yours are targeting buildings. It was difficult to do, and there wasn't a good way. He actually did a good job with it here. He loses some of those, but he brings in those witches just in time. Now everything's targeting, and when it's targeting the skeletons, it's going down, okay? He also gets that big bomb to go off there, which is really handy, because now he doesn't have to deal with that. There is another one right near it too, which is also a dangerous thing. As you see, this should trip it, I think, right here somewhere. There it is. Okay. Now, what does he do? He did a single finger drop. He brought all of them in one spot because he wanted to go to one specific place. And he's going to drop down that heel. Now, notice where he puts that heel spell. He does not put it on top of the center of where the heart of the hogs are. He puts it where the hogs are going. He looks at the buildings they're looking at and puts them where they're going. Why? Because he wants them to move in there. One of the mistakes that I see a lot of people, even higher level people, make is they put the heal spell right on top of the hogs, and then the hogs move out of it much more quickly. He has this covered. These hogs are going to stay under this heal as they come over to this AD down here, as they're going and engaging the expo. All these things, they're sitting under a heal, and then he can put another heal up here to overlap it, and these are never going to be without a heal. And so they're doing really well. So I'm going to kind of zoom through this. He does his spell usage you see they're still under this heal, they're still under the heal. They would be moving out of the heal right now if he hadn't done it that way. He brings in some more hogs over there, gets his heal down right here just to heal those guys that get hit by the giant bomb, takes down the expo. Expos can do nothing. They look fearsome, but they can do nothing to hogs under heal. They can't move fast enough. They don't do enough damage more quickly enough. Puts down another heal where he feared that double bomb might be. It wasn't. A Tesla popped up, which was a poor opportunity missed on the defender there. Little lucky, little skill by Al. You can just see where he's putting those. He does not put them down the heal spell that it covers anything up there or the grass or whatever, the town hall. He puts it where those hogs are moving. The hogs move down there. You can see what's going on down here. That queen dies right there, but she was able to take down a lot first. He has so many hogs left, cannot deal with them. There's still one more giant bomb creeping around out there somewhere, I believe, if I've counted correctly. They turn on the town hall, or excuse me, on the barbarian king. which is always one of the most satisfying things for a hogger, to watch that king go down after they've been ignoring him all that time. He has all these hogs going along here. They're doing quite well, taking all this down. He has his Barb King was able to clear this entire side because he wasn't getting shot at all that much. He has so many guys left, it's just almost not even funny. One of the things that is cool is when you get down to the end, it's like 98, 99%, and then finally they're taking down the town hall, and they get the double star there. But with all those hogs left, they can just go all over the place, and he does a great job. Good job. This poor queen down at the bottom never did get through that wall, but she was trying. Good job by Al. Just hope that breakdown was helpful somewhat of why even a level 4, excuse me, a town hall level 9 at rank level 4, if they set up their base easily enough to be hogged, they can be done. All right. Of course, Al is a very good hogger, so that's part of it. Okay, let's go over to the next one, which would be Alexander on Kenny Boy. Now, this is a number 4 on number 15. This should be something that he does pretty well on this, but he does not. Why? Okay, 1 minute and 55 seconds. You can tell just from this, just from before you even do the replay, that it's not going to go well. Something doesn't go well. Okay, what doesn't go well here? What doesn't go well is if you look at right now, he hasn't even placed one thing yet, and I'll already tell you he cannot get 3 stars. Why? You can't bring all those barbarians and all those archers and with those giants. Giants cannot move through a base quickly enough if it has enough compartments, and the barbarians and archers are not going to take down enough. He could have possibly gotten 3 stars with this even if he tried to. He has a dragon in his CC, if I remember. He has another dragon down there. He doesn't deploy them well. It's just an all-around sort of mess. He has 3 rages and a heal, which is not going to be even all that helpful to him. I'm not trying to harsh on him. I'm just trying to show you that it's not all about what troops you have. It's about what troops you take with you as well. You have to have, obviously, the troops to be able to take them with you. But even if you take the wrong troops, you can be a mess. Now, one thing that Kenny Boy has is he has this CC pretty far to the outside. He probably should move that on the inside to make it harder to lure out, especially because you're going to see all he has to do here is put down a barbarian. He's drawing out the CC troop. Now, notice how many CC troops wander out here. He has to use a couple barbs. He has to make it. It's a little more difficult. And I'll also show you the composition of what he has out here, because this is important. What does he have there? He has barbarians, and he has archers, and he has wizards. Now, this guy brings this out to this corner, and he shouldn't have done that. He had another good corner he could have chosen to. He brings it out here. It's not an awful choice, but you'll see why it's not the best choice, because these wizards are just going to end up parking right behind all those buildings. What he could have easily done is brought them out to this corner. And he only has one building. Once that building is gone, then it's a CC versus CC, and he's going to save himself probably about 20 archers that he has to waste more on this. So watch how this takes us on. The archers get up there. The barbarians get up there. They're attacking everything. The wizard's just going to sit back here. The wizard, he puts a wizard down there. He's gone. The wizards are now going to take those guys out. He puts them all in the same place. Another big mistake. He can't figure out how to get into this. He's just throwing down more and more troops. Remember, he had 50 archers. He's already used 18, plus he has some wizards in there. He's using more archers. Finally, he's going to get those taken down. Okay, so now he brings archers around the outside. Why? I don't know. I can't figure that out. That seems like a total waste to me to do that. One witch could have taken care of that guy all by himself, however you want to do it. Okay, so he brings these guys in under rage, which I have no idea other than do that other than the fact that he's not patient to bring them into the middle. That can be helpful in some cases. That's not one of them. He has plenty of time if he had the right troops. He does not have the right troops. He's using the double rage on this because he wants them, I guess, to be really angry. And so they're going in there, and he never uses his heal here. He could use a heal to be able to save all those guys. Now, look at this queen back here. That's what's going to save him and get him the 2-star. That queens are wonderful for sniping the town halls because they'll sit back there, nothing touching them, and they'll just keep whomping on the town hall if you do them. I will admit, he did bring the queen in at the right time to be able to pull on that town hall and do a good job. The one dragon he put in there is already gone because the AD wasn't down. He brought in another dragon that's going to wander around the outside. So, with the exception of that queen, which he's got raged right there and is doing pretty well, with the exception of that, most of this does not go the way that you would want it to. There goes the dragon. He has a little bit left. He's going to get hit by another Seeker Mine here pretty soon. He opts not to use the heal and the rage spell he has there, probably just because he pretty much gave up. Kind of like the entire clan did early on. But he gave up here. He wanted to get some stars, but he knew he wasn't going to get 3. as he said he couldn't with that. So just to give you an idea of a breakdown, there were other corners he could have chosen better, and sometimes those little things can make a huge difference, and kind of a bit of a butterfly effect, that one little thing affects something else. Okay, so hopefully that breaks that down a little bit. I'm going to show you one other, or I'm going to talk about one other thing here, which is going back to our discussion of the clan perks. This Clan Wars button here, which I can't blow up here, but this Clan Wars button, if you press this, it says I'm out or I'm in. If you go and if you're not going to be able to be in a clan war and you press that you're out there, that's really helpful, because when I'm starting, or one of the other codes is starting off a war, it will give us a listing of everybody, which pretty much looks like this. And you see the red over there? It will have a button saying I'm in, I'm out. Now we can opt to put somebody in, and I have done that once with somebody at the bottom, just to be able to make sure that we didn't leave 4 people out if I felt it was appropriate. But basically it tells us whether or not you're going to be in there. So definitely use that. If you're not going to be able to be in the next clan war, use that one, and so that we can be able to exclude you from the next war, so we aren't expecting you to attack twice. If not excluded yourself, we're going to expect you to attack twice. So that's one thing that's a new thing. Also, take a look at these clan perks. Just to give you an idea, these clan perks are kind of cool. A little bit of speculation, because I don't know entirely how many points it's going to take. But if you take a look at it, there's lots of things. Why is it a big deal for the war loot extra storage? Well, that can be a pretty big deal if you've got a lot in there, and people can't steal much from your war loot storage. So that's a good place to be able to keep it in your CC. But also, you see, as we go up here, and I don't think it'll be 500 every time, it'll get better and better. We even get to the point at level 5 where you donate a troop and it gets upgraded. Very cool. This isn't as big a deal. I mean, it's a big deal, but it isn't as big a deal throwing this in here. It shouldn't change anything that way we do things. We will level up very quickly because we're a constantly warring clan. It was ideally set up, the reason why they put it was for clans that don't war much, to encourage them to war more. But for us, it's just going to be great. So anyways, hope this has been helpful. Please like and subscribe, and go Titans.